How's it going? Is this recess? What would I sign?
He's the geeky star of The Big Bang Theory, one of the most successful comedies on television.
What you doing?
I'm attempting to view my work as a fleeting peripheral image so as to engage the superior colliculus of my brain.
You look up and down the street, and there's Billy Elliot, there's Jerusalem, there's the
But
mother,
this summer, something else entirely has got actor Jim Parsons excited.
That's what I'm in. That's what I'm doing.
This is a Broadway
I'm
show.
literally on Broadway. This street has tons of Broadway shows up and down it, and I'm in one of them. And there's nothing like it, you know. There's no experience like doing a play.
The play is The Normal Heart, a searing revival of the 1985 drama about the beginning of the AIDS epidemic.
Put a sweet dying child together with his mama. They hadn't seen each other for 15 years. He'd never told her he was gay, so he didn't want to see her now.
Parsons plays Tommy Boatwright, a gay activist giving comfort where he can.
It's very hard-hitting. I think it's a real slap in the face. I think it's a real slug in the gut. There are going to be a lot of mamas flying into town, not understanding why their sons have suddenly upped and died from pneumonia. We've been blessed with beautiful reviews. We've been blessed with 5 Tony nominations, and suddenly it's a real event.
And right now, Parsons can't get enough of Broadway.
It's an absolute addiction right now. I'm quite swimming in it.
It sounds a little Sheldon Cooper-esque.
You're right, it's obsessive.
Force, Earth gravity, equals mass.
And
times.
obsessive is surely one way to describe Sheldon Cooper.
You know me to be a very smart man. Don't you think if I were wrong, I'd know it?
The role that's made the 38-year-old actor famous.
One at a time.
Though Parsons says in real life, shy was the way to describe him as a child, growing up in Houston.
My first role ever was in first grade. The Elephant's Child was the play, and I was the Cola-Cola bird.
What is a Cola-Cola bird?
Hell if I know. For me, it was something with wings and yellow tights and a black mask on my head that my mother built. You don't forget your first experience in pantyhose.
Was there a point that you thought, I want to be an actor?
Yeah, I had been in plays through elementary school. I had been in plays through high school, and I had a very torn relationship with it. My own realistic side thought this is a fool's errand.
3, 2, 1.
Still, he took the plunge.
No problem at all. Thank you.
This happens a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a fair amount. It depends.
Earning a theater degree and then taking work wherever he could find it, like this Quiznos commercial.
What, were you raised by wolves? Yes, I was.
The main thrust of the audition, 50 of us lining in and out to do this, was what do you look like suckling at the teat? And
Of a wolf.
And that's literally how I got this.
You just really
I nailed it.
Nailed it?
I mean, who knew? I don't think it was a talent. I think it was a willingness.
Did this Quiznos commercial break you into the acting stratosphere?
Well, no, but it broke me into the rent stratosphere. It did get some attention. It certainly gave me a conversation piece, which it was half the battle, and I'm not kidding, in certain casting sessions and everything. You have something interesting to say. And if you've suckled at the teat of a Siberian Husky, you have something interesting to say. Maybe not good, but it's interesting.
I was wondering if you could maybe teach me a little physics.
A little physics?
It was at one of those casting sessions 5 years ago that Parsons landed the role of a lifetime, Sheldon, a brilliant, if awkward, physicist.
It's always exciting to me. It's always a stretch.
Why is it a stretch to play?
He's a genius, which I'm just not. His mind works in these ways that I don't even have the first way of understanding.
Sheldon, this is ridiculous.
Complete with great gusts of geek speak.
Epiphany regarding the polymer degradation phenomenon while scraping congealed nachos off a plate.
How do you memorize Sheldon's lines? You look at some of the words that you're saying.
They're terrible.
Speeds out of your mouth.
They're
It's amazing.
terrible. One of these days they're going to break me, I'm positive. But in the meantime, I'm a big note card fiend.
I've been meaning to thank you for your notes on my paper disproving quantum brain dynamic theory.
My pleasure. For a non-physicist, you have a remarkable grasp of how electric dipoles in the brain's water molecules could not possibly form a Bose condensate.
Yeah, I have I have a little cue on the first side, and on the next one will be my entire line I'll have written out. And I will pace around my house, and that's what I do for hours on end. And I'm telling you, it's like memorizing the symbols on the periodic table.
The show is popular.
Yes.
You have won a Golden Globe, you've won an Emmy for your portrayal of Sheldon. You are so well known for this character. Yeah. Is there a danger in that?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. And here's why I don't worry. I will find a way to work, whether it's back in my mother's backyard making my sister put on a show with me, although she probably wouldn't be willing now. She has 2 kids. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing it. In what form I'll be had, in whatever project they'll allow me to work, that's where I'll end up being.
Even if it's your mother's backyard.
That sounds sad. So maybe not that far, but something will happen.
For Jim Parsons, it's safe to say something probably will.